everyone, welcome to Trust Test Hub. I never imagined I'd be sharing this story, but here I am sitting in what used to be our shared bedroom, looking at empty spaces where her belongings once were, trying to process everything that's happened. Just days ago, everything seemed normal. Now my entire world has been turned upside down. My business conference in Seattle ended earlier than expected, and I decided to head home a day early. The entire journey back, I felt excited about surprising my wife, Emma. We'd been husband and wife for 4 years, dating for 2 years before that. I was 32, she was 31, and I thought we had built something solid together. Pulling into our driveway, I noticed her vehicle was missing. Nothing too alarming. She'd recently joined an upscale fitness center and spent considerable time there. But stepping through the front entrance, something felt wrong. You know that instinct when your home feels different somehow? I called her name, but the silence felt unusually heavy. Walking into our master bedroom, I stopped dead in my tracks. Her wardrobe was completely cleared out. Not the messy kind of empty from searching for outfits, but deliberately, systematically emptied. Her jewelry collection had disappeared. Her expensive beauty products were gone from the vanity. Even that aromatic mist maker she loved, which constantly made everything smell like an organic market, was nowhere to be found. My fingers trembled as I reached for my phone to contact her. It went directly to her answering service. Then the message arrived. This isn't working anymore. I'm starting a new chapter with someone who's actually accomplished something. Someone whose goals align with mine. My attorney will reach out regarding our separation. I sat there on what was now just my bed for what seemed like an eternity, replaying the previous months in my mind. The warning signs had been there all along. I'd just chosen not to acknowledge them. She'd begun making subtle remarks about my supposed lack of motivation, constantly holding up her colleague Marcus's social media lifestyle as some kind of benchmark. His international work travels, his luxury electric vehicle, his vacation property. I tried reassuring her that we were doing well, building our future at a reasonable pace, but she'd give me this look like I was somehow disappointing her. The premium gym membership at that exclusive downtown location. The sudden fascination with wealth and lifestyle influencers, coming home late from professional networking gatherings, carrying the scent of high-end fragrances. How had I missed all of this? I didn't have a breakdown, didn't destroy anything, didn't make intoxicated calls to her family. Instead, I took 3 calculated steps, contacted my friend Ryan, who practices family law, documented everything with photographs and recordings, and sent her a single message stating that my legal representative would be contacting her. Then I poured myself some whiskey, opened my computer, and began organizing lists. Financial accounts, credit lines, security credentials, our rental agreement, the shared mobile plan, everything that needed immediate attention. Her mother contacted me that evening. I let the call go unanswered. Her younger sister Sarah sent messages asking what was happening. I didn't reply. Around midnight, notifications from Emma started flooding in. Apparently, my lack of emotional reaction wasn't what she'd anticipated. Please respond to me. You're being distant. I deserve more than being ignored. Marcus says you're being controlling by staying silent. I disabled notifications and continued working. By 3 in the morning, I had a complete overview of our financial situation and a detailed action plan for the following day. The apartment rental agreement was under my name exclusively. So were all the utility accounts. She'd left her name on all our shared financial accounts, though. Amateur mistake, it's strange. I always assumed something like this would shatter me completely, but all I felt was this icy, laser-focused clarity, like finally understanding the plot twist in a movie that had been obvious the entire time. The following day, I met with Ryan to begin separation proceedings. I'd already boxed up the few photographs of us that remained around the place, changed the streaming service credentials, and ordered a new electronic lock for the entrance. The most amusing part? She'd left behind all her crucial documentation. Birth records, travel documents, government identification, everything. They were in our fireproof storage container, which she'd apparently forgotten about in her rush toward her new successful existence. That was going to create some interesting complications for her. I kept waiting to feel crushed, to break down sobbing, to want to plead with her to return. But instead, I just felt prepared, ready to handle whatever was coming. I'd share updates when significant things happened. Right now, I needed to concentrate on safeguarding myself and managing this properly. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Getting this all out somewhere feels therapeutic. Just received an update. She's now frantically trying to reach me about her documentation. My attorney says to maintain complete silence. My next update will probably be in several days when things progress further. First, thank you everyone for the incredible support on my previous post. This past week has been absolutely surreal, and there have been major developments. I promised to update when things moved forward, so here's what's happened. Remember how Emma left all her important paperwork behind? That proved to be just the beginning. The day following my last post, I met with Ryan at his law office. While reviewing everything, Sarah contacted me. I was going to ignore it, but Ryan recommended I answer on speaker mode. Sarah had some revealing information to share. "I'm so sorry," she began, her voice unsteady. "I should have said something when I started noticing the pattern. She did exactly this to her previous partner before you. That caught my attention. Emma had told me her prior relationship ended because her ex was emotionally distant. According to Sarah, the truth was quite different. He was an ordinary person climbing the career ladder, but Emma abandoned him when she encountered someone with a more impressive job position. That relationship lasted 12 weeks before the man's apparent success turned out to be mostly accumulated debt and leased vehicles. While Sarah was speaking, my phone vibrated with messages from Emma. "I need my birth records for a position I'm applying for. Where did you store my travel documents? Stop acting childish and respond to me. Marcus says you're legally obligated to provide me my paperwork." I showed the messages to Ryan, who simply smiled and shook his head. Turns out I'm obligated to provide access to her documentation through appropriate legal procedures. But since she vacated the residence without any notification, we could require her to follow formal protocols to collect them. Everything had to proceed through legal representatives now. The next revelation came when Emma's mother contacted me. I actually answered this time, and she spent 20 minutes expressing her regrets. Apparently, this behavioral pattern began during Emma's teenage years, constantly upgrading friend groups based on their family's wealth or social standing. Her mother had hoped she'd matured beyond this after meeting me, since I seemed to stabilize her. "She's residing in Marcus's city apartment now," her mother said, sounding exhausted. "The one he's always showcasing on social media. It's a rental property. His parents had to guarantee it because his credit rating was insufficient. I spent the following days organizing my affairs, updated all security credentials and recovery questions, froze our joint credit lines while legally maintaining her access to her portion, transferred utilities exclusively to my name, replaced all locks and entry codes, and began documenting everything for the separation proceedings. Then the social media drama erupted. Emma had been posting these carefully curated images in Marcus's apartment, all hashtags about being blessed and living her ideal life. The real turning point came yesterday. Remember that expensive gym membership? It was charged to our joint credit line, which was now frozen. Her social media content shifted from morning exercise selfies to lengthy complaints about manipulative people using finances to control others. The irony would be humorous if it wasn't so unfortunate. I received a message from an unfamiliar number. "Marcus himself. You need to be reasonable about this. Just provide her the documentation and stop being difficult. This behavior is beneath you." I forwarded it to Ryan without replying. He's documenting everything for the separation proceedings. Apparently, her departure without notification and written admission to moving in with someone else makes this fairly straightforward. This morning, returning from my morning exercise, I found Emma sitting on the front steps. She'd been crying, makeup smeared everywhere. I walked past her, went inside and contacted Ryan. He advised me to send one message. All communication must proceed through legal representatives. Contact information has been provided. She remained out there for 2 hours, alternating between sobbing and angry texting. I kept the security recording running and continued with my day. Finally, she left when her phone battery died. I won't lie. Part of me feels satisfied watching her perfect departure plan falling apart. But mostly I just feel exhausted. Tired of the theatrics, tired of the manipulation. Tired of realizing our entire relationship might have been her compromise while awaiting something better. Tonight I ordered delivery food, opened a cold drink, and began boxing up the remaining items belonging to her for when her attorney eventually contacts me. Found her old diary from when we first started seeing each other. Didn't read it, just added it to the container. Whatever version of her wrote in that diary doesn't exist anymore, if she ever truly did. Several people have asked. No, I haven't touched any of her documentation. Everything remains exactly where it's always been, safe and secure. Everything will be handled properly through legal procedures. Just received word that her attorney has finally reached out. Meeting scheduled for next week. I'll update again after that if there's anything worth mentioning. Update 2. It's been 2 months since my last update, and the developments have been extraordinary. I've been waiting to post because I wanted to ensure everything I'm sharing is factual rather than emotional reaction. Also, frankly, I've been busy actually living my life. First, the attorney meeting happened. It was bizarre sitting across from Emma in a conference room, watching her attempt to maintain her upgraded lifestyle image while wearing the same outfit I'd seen in her social media posts 3 times that week. The meeting proceeded normally until she demanded immediate access to her documentation. Her attorney actually grimaced when Emma interrupted him to declare, "I have rights to my belongings." He's holding them hostage. Ryan calmly produced printed copies of all her social media posts about advancing in life and leaving her past behind. Her documented decision to leave, combined with her public statements about moving in with Marcus, made everything fairly straightforward. We arranged a supervised exchange of possessions for the following week. But here's where things get interesting. Remember that work assignment I mentioned in my first post? The one that sent me to Seattle? Cutting that trip short to handle this situation turned out to be the best career decision I could have made. I ended up managing a crisis that emerged while everyone else was still traveling back. The executive leadership noticed. I won't share excessive details, but my concentration and performance during all this personal turmoil impressed the right people. Received a career advancement last week. Nothing extravagant. I'm not suddenly driving luxury vehicles or purchasing penthouses. Just a solid step forward with improved benefits and some actual balance between work and personal time. The fitness center membership I started to clear my mind. Turns out I genuinely enjoy it. Lost 15 pounds and finally learned proper weightlifting technique. My trainer David has become a good friend. He's the one who introduced me to my current partner Jessica. Yes, you read that correctly. Wasn't searching for anything, but sometimes life has different plans. She's a children's hospital nurse who loves scary movies and makes awful jokes. We're taking things gradually, but it's refreshing being with someone who gets excited about small victories and doesn't measure achievement by social media engagement. Meanwhile, Emma's perfect new existence isn't looking so perfect anymore. Sarah, who still checks in on me occasionally, shared some details. Marcus's impressive career path hit a snag when his company began workforce reductions. His luxury apartment rental is 3 months overdue. That financed electric vehicle, repossessed last week. The upscale dining and exclusive venues, all on maxed credit lines. Emma's been attempting to secure new employment, but it's challenging without easy access to her documentation. Yes, we're processing everything legally, but these procedures take time. Every application requires proof of identity and employment authorization. Her temporary solutions keep hitting obstacles. Her social media tells a fascinating story. The staged photographs in expensive establishments have been replaced with authentic living posts about making coffee at home. Her captions switched from blessed hashtags to lengthy rants about discovering who genuine friends are. The pivotal moment came last Tuesday. I was having lunch with Jessica at this small deli downtown when Emma walked in with a friend. She froze when she spotted us, then spent the next 20 minutes very obviously attempting to listen in while pretending to study the menu. I continued eating my meal and telling Jessica about the strange dream I had where my dog learned to speak. I don't even have a dog, just normal, comfortable conversation. Emma finally left without ordering anything, but not before I caught her staring at Jessica's natural, happy laughter with this expression of complete bewilderment. Later that night, the messages started. I can't believe you moved on so quickly. Who even is she? We need to discuss this. I made an error. I didn't respond, just forwarded them to Ryan and returned to watching a film with Jessica. This morning, Emma appeared at my workplace. She'd clearly been crying, makeup everywhere, clutching a coffee cup like a lifeline. Building security didn't allow her upstairs, but she waited in the entrance area for 2 hours. I used the rear exit and went to lunch. Her mother contacted me later. She's talking about moving back home. Says the urban lifestyle isn't what she anticipated. Marcus isn't who she believed he was. I simply said I hope she finds what she's searching for and ended the call. Here's the thing. I don't feel vengeful or resentful anymore. I'm just living. Going to work, exercising, enjoying quiet evenings with Jessica, experimenting with new cooking, rediscovering old interests. My life isn't social media perfect, but it's genuine, and that feels pretty satisfying. Just received notification that the document exchange is scheduled for next week. I'll update if anything significant occurs, but honestly, this might be my final post. Time to concentrate on the future. I wasn't planning to post again, but after what transpired at the document exchange yesterday, I need to process this. Prepare yourselves because this is quite a conclusion. The exchange was scheduled for 2 p.m. at Ryan's office. I arrived early with a carefully packed container of Emma's remaining possessions and all her documentation. Jessica offered to accompany me for support, but I told her to skip the drama and meet me for dinner afterward. At 2:15, Emma stormed in without her attorney. Marcus trailed behind her, attempting to look authoritative in a wrinkled suit that still had partially visible rental tags under the collar. Ryan immediately contacted Emma's attorney, who said he was unaware of any meeting today. "Red flag! Just give me my belongings!" Emma snapped, reaching for the container. Ryan smoothly intercepted, explaining we needed her legal representative present. That's when she lost control. "You think you're so intelligent, don't you?" She was nearly shouting. "Playing these little manipulations while I'm trying to rebuild my existence. Did you enjoy watching me struggle? Was this your strategy all along?" I kept my voice steady. No strategy. Just consequences. Marcus stepped forward, puffing up his chest. "You're just envious because she upgraded. Some of us actually have drive. That's why your electric vehicle got repossessed." The words escaped before I could stop them. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm human. Emma's face turned crimson. "At least he has aspirations. All you ever cared about was your job and your mundane existence. Marcus showcases me, takes me places. He's not ashamed to post about our relationship. How's he financing those posts now?" I asked quietly. Marcus lunged forward. Ryan's assistant had already contacted security, and they arrived just as Marcus was attempting to explain how his temporary financial situation wasn't relevant. While security was escorting them out, Emma switched approaches. Suddenly she was sobbing, makeup running. "Please, I made a terrible mistake. I miss our life together. I miss you. Marcus's apartment is being foreclosed. I have nowhere to go. You should have considered that before moving in with someone more successful," I replied, quoting her message from 3 months ago. She exploded again. "You heartless person. I gave you my best years. I could have had anyone, but I compromised for you. That's why I'm releasing you," I said. "So you don't have to compromise anymore." Security finally managed to escort them out. Through the glass entrance, I could see them arguing in the parking area. Marcus was gesturing wildly, his rental suit getting more wrinkled by the second. Emma was alternating between screaming at him and attempting to get back into the building. Later that evening, the messages started flooding in. "You've changed. You're not the person I married. That nurse has corrupted you. My mother says you're being cruel. Marcus says this is financial manipulation. I'm going to tell everyone what you did to me." I forwarded them all to Ryan without responding. Then I turned off my phone and went to meet Jessica for dinner. She could tell something was up, but instead of pressing, she just squeezed my hand and started telling me about the ridiculous thing her pet did that morning. Around midnight, Sarah called. Apparently, Emma and Marcus had a massive argument outside his apartment. His credit cards were all declined at some upscale restaurant, and she had to contact their parents for money to get home. The luxury apartment is being emptied by creditors. All that designer furniture, leased and now being repossessed. She's moving back in with Mom and Dad, Sarah said. Marcus's former wife apparently contacted her about his pattern of dating women while separated but not divorced. Emma didn't even know he was still legally married. This morning I woke up to 47 missed calls and pages of texts. Emma had gone full social media meltdown, posting screenshots of our old conversations, photographs from our wedding, lengthy rants about toxic positivity and emotional manipulation. Her mom finally confiscated her phone. Ryan called an hour ago. The separation papers are ready. Given Emma's documented abandonment and the public nature of her actions, it's fairly straightforward. I'll likely retain the apartment and most of our joint assets. Her documentation will be transferred through proper legal channels next week. You know what's interesting? 3 months ago, this would have destroyed me. Now I'm just relieved it's ending. Last night, lying in bed, Jessica asked me if I regret any of it. Just one thing, I told her. I regret not valuing myself enough to recognize the warning signs sooner. She kissed my forehead and said, "Well, at least you're seeing clearly now. That's really it, isn't it?" I'm seeing everything more clearly. Life isn't about social media posts or status symbols. It's about genuine connections, self-respect, and being authentic with yourself and others. Jessica and I are discussing getting a place together once the separation is finalized. Something modest, but ours. She wants to get a pet cat. I'm thinking maybe two. They can keep each other company when we're not home. This is my last update for real this time. Thanks for following this wild journey. Special thanks to everyone who sent support and guidance. You helped me stay strong when I needed it most. Trust Test Hub.